Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live with an amazing topic today about bodies. We will be talking about body awareness with Dr. Carletta Tiba, who is a 3-day body class facilitator, Anne-Marie Krenz, Michelle Grunenwald, and myself, Valerie. And I have a few questions for you, Carletta, about like our bodies aware and how can we use it to our advantage and basically be okay with it. I remember when I had attended my first foundation, I was aware of sort of everybody else's body but my own. I knew better what was going on in everyone else's body. And for my own body, I was like, I don't know what is going on. Do I even have a body? I wasn't even aware I had a body. So I'm thinking if anyone is out there having sort of body struggles or wondering about what do I do with my body and my body's awareness, how would you talk about it?
Yay. Hello, everybody. Hello, ladies, and thank you so much for being here with us. So, this is such a revolutionary thing to speak about because what we learn in school, and let me tell you, I finished medicine school like a doctor, so we learn so many things about the body, but only the most important thing about the body we don't learn. That is that the body gives such information all the time. Like nobody told me in the university that this is what's going on. So we call it here, body awareness, but in fact it's this information that the body is all the time giving about the body, your body, our body, but also about other bodies and about the environment. So only this one thing, if we start to embody this awareness, meaning like living as this awareness, that whatever you feel in your body, it's not necessarily yours or a problem. Even worse, like we learn, if you feel pain, oh, I have a problem. I have to go to the doctor. My grandma had the same problem. And now you just start to build a story about it. Yes? So then only this information, if you start to embody it and make it yours, really like be awareness, this awareness all the time, things can shift and can go in a totally different direction. So, for example, a question like, body, what information are you giving me? If you live as this instead of, "Oh, my head hurts or my stomach hurts or something like this, things will start to shift. Yes, but it's a totally different reality that we've learned. And we have here Michelle, she's also even more a doctor. She's even practicing medicine nowadays, which I don't do anymore. So, what a totally different way of looking at it. So to get back to your question, Valerie, how do we do? Yes, with this, we start to acknowledge that and we start to be questioned with this. And what can I say from my experience? What it helped me a lot really are the body processes. Because it's not only that the body is aware of everything around, but also the body can be a healer, meaning that the body tries to take these things, energies that perceives in other bodies, and try to make something with it, to change it. Yes, and then you get stuck with it. Or sometimes, and most of the time, body has this ability, which is an ability and the capacity to biomimetic mimic energies from around. But if you don't know about this and you don't become aware about this, your body will do that automatically, and you start to have the same pains that your father, mother, friends, people around you, or even people that you don't know, you start to have those problems. Yes, why? Because the body has this ability to create things. So, people don't look at the fact
Oh,
it
I
has.
think you're
Sorry.
breaking
I,
up a little bit.
okay. So I was saying about the cancer, we don't look at it, maybe it's a capacity body has to get you out of something that you don't want to be in anymore. So for me, everything what Access Consciousness tools brought me were these amazing awarenesses that, oh, reality is different than I learned in medical school. Some conclusions or some structured things, how things work. And if we add awareness to all that we learn in school, we can really create something very different. So please let me know, Valerie, if you require something else to your question to get more.
No, it's just great. And I was thinking about Michelle, who is seeing like sick people every day, and like you have to really be in question with what you're perceiving and not by what you're perceiving as
Mm.
yours. Otherwise, as a doctor, you're like, it's going to be hard.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And what a gift it is to have somebody with this consciousness, more open consciousness, to interact with you, even if maybe the job in itself can be the same. But if somebody that speaks with you don't make things real and it's interesting point of view and question in regard to diagnosis and what you see in this, all kind of procedures you do, what a gift this is for the person, even if maybe they don't know about it sometimes, because you don't tell people, they come to doctor probably, so um, science says that the consciousness of something that looks at something else changes the thing that is looking. So if we each approach everybody around us, including us and our body, through this expanded awareness, we change things more easily.
Yeah,
And of
right.
course, if Michelle want to, please, if you want to.
Yes, with the patients, it's interesting to to look not at the symptom, but globally all the information my body gets from the bodies, what my being gets from their being, and where it's stuck. And you can then instill questions in people worlds, and maybe sometimes they don't take the questions. that's that's it. But when people begins to play with the questions and look behind what is there, what is creating that, things can begin to change. And it's great when you see, even if you don't use access tools verbally or body processes, some things can begin to change.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's true.
And I said that I don't use body process directly on the bodies, but I know my body is activating a lot of processes all the time. And
Yes. What a gift, because if people don't know, when we have these body processes from the 3-day body class, which are at least 60 at this time,
Mhm.
when we run it on us, our body learned it, and then it will contribute to other bodies, even if we don't consciously do it. We don't say body run this body process, but we do it, body is doing it. And now I remember like a little story. I had a 3-day body class in Russia, and the lady which was doctor, she was also doctor. I don't remember from where. She traveled a lot. I remember many hours to get to the class. And she has this passion for the body process called trifold sequencing system.
Mhm.
And one day she just passed close to another participant in the class, and the lady told her, like, when you pass close to me, my trifold sequencing system's energy activated in the body. This energy activated.
Mm.
And it was so interesting first to recognize that this lady recognized the energy that got activated, which is not very common. But also the other lady, because she liked a lot this process and she ran it a lot on many people, trifold sequencing system. Now, wherever she was going, her body was just sprinkling and activating this on other bodies. So it was like really very interesting to see and to hear it from people. We know it like this, we know it, but when you hear this feedback, it's like, wow, these things are working so easily.
yeah.
So, what a gift you are, Michelle, and all of us, that get these body processes and body learn to do it. What gift is this for, everybody, including the planet, the earth that we touch, how much it contributes. It's amazing. And
You
yes,
say the earth, but I will say also the animals.
yes.
I had a great experience with one of my daughter's cat who was very aggressive since he was born. And I was doing a body process on my daughter. She was pregnant at that time. And the cat came around, jumped on the table, and I could put my hand on him, and he changed totally. Totally, and with one process. And since then my daughter could have how do you say that, câlin, I don't know how to say it in English, could take her cat in the arm and kiss him, because before it was impossible. Totally change with one process.
And probably you didn't run it too long, because animals don't need so long running so long the processes.
And I know there are many people that use the processes on animals. Well, I don't have any, but this experience was so amazing that I tell about it very often.
Wow.
Yeah, and like if you have kids, I used to be a primary school teacher, and at that time I had 4 body processes that we had back then in the foundation. The cellular memory, when kids would hurt themselves during the playtime, they would just come to me and I was like, yeah, let me put my hands. And sometimes they would get serious injuries, like they could break a leg when they're playing football during playtime and stuff like that. And I had this one kid who really injured himself really bad. And before he went to the hospital, I ran a body process on him. And I could tell his body was fine, but they took him to the hospital anyways. And he got radio,
An X-ray.
an X-ray. And on the X-ray, they said there is nothing. And he was fine. And I'm like, wow, how much like money could you just save by not going to the emergency room every time you have a problem, by just not doing normal stuff. And for me, I haven't been to the doctor in a very, very long time, like more than 10 years, because I don't get sick at all anymore. It just changes your entire life rather than fixing problems with your body. You can just be with your healthy body. Yesterday, I was out and I'm like, wow, I had this shirt and I was like, wow, it's so hot today. It was 12 degrees. And then I was like, oh, actually, it's kind of cold, but I'm super hot. I don't care. Like 10 years ago, I would have like a jacket and then a scarf and be like, oh, it's so cold today. I need a hot beverage. And now I can just get out in the cold and have fun and not live normally anymore. And it's really fun.
Yes, I love that because my body is healthier each year, each month. It's lighter. There is a lot more ease with it. And when I see people my age, they are all, oh, now I have that. It's normal with my age. And I say, I'm much better than when I was 30.
Yes.
Same for me with my sisters. I'm the eldest one, and I'm looking as the youngest one.
Yeah, so what a totally different reality is like you get from lack of awareness to become aware, to release whatever you know we locked into the body, and then to go to the creation of the body. Now you get to how do I create, how do I want to create the body and with the body? So,
Yeah, and rather than, I get that a lot of people created a body that they don't really like. And so with the body processes, you're like, wow, so if I created something that I don't really like, now I can just get rid of all of that stuff and create a body that I really enjoy. It's completely different.
yes, from judgment
Yeah.
to receiving. Yes, we can say from judgment, how I look, how the body looks, what's not good, what's wrong, to enjoying it, meaning receiving the body, receiving with the body, receiving what's possible with bodies.
And
Yeah. So
projections from well,
Every,
I have many projections from the family because my mother and my grandmother had breast cancer, and at the same age, I don't have anything.
yes, yes. So we don't have to create the normal, you
Yes.
know, things that we are taught. This is how things are going. What is truly possible now, most of us on the planet, we have a body that it, 100 years maximum, around that number. But what if something else totally different is possible? What if the body doesn't have to age? What if the body doesn't have to do all of these things? If you want to get out from here, from the planet, ready to go, what if you can close your eyes and say, tomorrow I just be in a different universe, and you don't have to go to, decay, illness, suffering, all of these things that we learned. It's embodiment. So it's so exciting only to open up even this conversation now, to bring it to the world. And wow, what if this is truly possible, and how can we create that with total ease?
Yes.
Yeah, so how can you create that for yourself? I am so happy that you are coming to Switzerland, Carletta, at the end of the month, and you're going to be doing a 3-day body class. And I am so excited. My body is excited. Everyone is invited. You just need a foundation, and then you can discover 60 processes, you said?
Yes,
That's a
and
lot. And
they keep
so,
adding. So who knows? Maybe
How
in
does
this
it get
class.
any better than that?
Yes.
how does it? So it's like 3 days of gifting and receiving on the table, 3 days of easy change for bodies and just a different reality that everyone can access.
Yes, can have it, can choose it, can have it, and can come create it together. You know, it's more fun when we have more people that know that this possibility exists. Yes, it's exciting what we can create, and yes, I'm so excited to come to Geneva. It's such a beautiful place and also powerful place. So what's possible there? Everybody is invited. These beautiful ladies are part of the hosting team. We'll have translation in French. And come join us.
Yes, and if
Yes.
you are not aware, there is an advanced body class with Dr. Dane here, mid-November in Venice, in Italy, and the 3-day body class is a prerequisite to go to the advanced body class if you want an advanced body and discover what this is. Yeah, so this is like we could talk about it for hours, but in the end, this
Yeah.
is something you have to live and experiment for yourself.
Yes. And you already had a taster in this conversation about the energies that a 3-day body class and advanced body class, which is, oh my God, in Venice on an island. Valerie will be there.
Ooh.
Yes, with me. And yes, so thank you. Thank you everybody that listened. Hopefully it helped you to open up to a different possibility that we all have. It's available. We just have to choose it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.